All right, hey people, how you doing? Golden, how you doing, darling? This one's gonna be called Golden 4, obviously. And you know what, Golden 1? I thought I would give you a little trivia question before we get started here, and everybody can guess on it. And the deal is, if you don't get it, well, that's all right. I love you too much anyway, so I'll give you a pass on it. If you don't get it, just use a pass. Everybody else as well. Okay, so you know the TV show Friends. Uh, who is famous? This is the question. Who is famous for the saying, "How you doing?" I know. I thought I would just include it. I'm sorry, I'm in a goofy mood. Um, anyway, uh, this is called Golden 4, and it's going to be Google and Quasi intelligence agencies. All right, so Golden, darling, I hope you don't mind, but this is going to be the subject for tonight. Uh, I just need to make you aware of Google. All right, and because I have such a blocking team on me, and I've already explained to you what that is, they block your estate because they're using it, and they're using your social security card to create false relatives and all that stuff, and then use it, make them die and make them whatever so they can create more estates and all that stuff. You know, it's just, it's out of control and it needs to be stopped. In fact, if you ever get the chance to get your own estate back, you'll probably have to end up requesting them to tear all of that up, to transfer everything that has been made, because that doesn't excuse them from that, back over to you. And you might want to end up looking into doing some sort of a general warranty deed, which has you don't have to really do anything, but if you really just want to smack it home and body slam them, you do a general warranty deed, not a quick claim deed or whatever. Do a general warranty deed and make sure that's filed, and that'll settle everything. That'll transfer everything back to you. Then they have to honor it. So anyway, with Google, this blocking team that wants to keep blocking my estate, they watch 24/7 to make sure that you don't go near changing anything that they've done, which is exactly what I just explained to you. So what will happen is they are constantly watching you for that. And that's treason, people. The constant 24/7 watching, even when you go to the bathroom. And they're doing it, I'll explain the two methods they use. They watch you when you go to the bathroom. They watch you when you change clothes, when you're having sex, when you're changing, just the everything, taking a shower, everything. Okay? But they usually try to keep you what's called isolated, and I have proof of that, and I'm a witness to that because one of them directly told me that you're in isolation. I don't think so, but that's the way they try to keep you. So I've got them on that, and I know the one that told me that, and they reveal to you so much because they think they can get away with anything, and that is just not the case, and that's just not gonna happen. All right, but anyway, Google, with this blocking team, assists them with just about every app they need to literally control your device. Now, I don't know if people know it, but their devices, there's, their side of it. Okay, they have their own side of your own device. I don't have service on most of my devices, and they have their own side of it. They hack in anyway, and they can control it. They won't let you root it. They won't let you do anything to it. And you can do only the basic stuff with it, which is absolutely ludicrous, not to be musical on you, but it's absolutely ludicrous. Okay, but they have their own side of it. They store all the files of the bad stuff they do to you on it, so you have it, they don't. And that's the way they do it on the desktops, and that's the way they do it on your tablets and phones. Now, Google they have all these apps available to them. Your phone comes half hacked, so it's easy for them to just take over the rest of the hack. That's how it works. And they consider your phone as one of three things. I can't remember them all right now, but it's all these apps by Google is what they use. And one of them is they basically they want to consider you a client, so they can be the company, which like the business side of your birth or your certificate of live birth that they stole for use of. Okay, so they want you to be the client while they are the business. They want you to be the child, the minor, while they are the parent. Okay, and there's one more, but they use something called Active Directory to do that, to control that. So just in case you find out, you're locked in and you can't change it, and it takes a root to change that, and they will block that. That's how they use it. This is how treasonous these blocking teams are. And I'm sorry to say, but as Google is, if you notice, Google controls everything. Oh, this app won't operate unless you turn Google Play services. That's the key app right there. Google Play services. They do horrible things to me with Google Play services. So I keep it off as much as I can, but if you want to do this, if you want to use your phone, if you want to do, you must have Google Play services on, and that lets them monitor and control and do whatever. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. So Google is not exactly, they're not exactly, if you look at the south end of San Francisco Bay, they're not exactly located in an innocent spot. They're right next to NASA, people. Right at the south end of San Francisco Bay. And guess who else is in the area of South San Francisco Bay? Just about any online powerhouse that you can find. That's where they all are. They talk about Simi Valley, but you need to go look at the south end of San Francisco Bay. That's where they all are. And I'll never forget that on President's Day, February 21st, they had a big optic installation to the south end of San Francisco Bay. And all the banks got shut down and all that stuff. So just keep that in mind. But that's what Google is doing to help these blocking teams to be to take down you. They give them credentials to be able to take down, like your videos that you post online or your accounts post online. They give them the credentials to do it. It's very, very disheartening. Okay, that's all treasonous stuff right there. Now, so that's Google. So they have all these apps to help these blocking teams do all of this. Okay, they use something called. You need to look up Active Directory, and you'll see exactly how they do all of that and how they control. Everybody's computers. They'll have the blocking teams below them, and then everybody else below them, which is you and I. It's literally treasonous as can be. When you buy a phone, it comes halfway hacked, and they just hack it the rest of the way. Meaning these blocking teams. It's just like the bank. The bank is not honest with you either. These banks that they say are banks, they're not banks. You are actually the bank with your pumping blood and your signature. That's why they want to promote vampires and suck your blood, because your blood is actually the AU. On the periodic chart, that's gold. I salute to you, golden one. Okay. I'm sorry, darling. Okay, so anyway, we're going to go switch over to the quasi agencies, so if you get through the movies, you'll see the FBI or CIA show up and it's okay, my name's Johnston, homicide, who's in charge? They don't have an ounce of it. If they call themselves quasi agencies, okay? And from what I've studied, and this is real truth here, I don't hold nothing back. All right, this is actual truth. Okay, so from what I've studied, they list themselves as quasi agencies. Quasi meaning not related or anything to do with, which would mean not anything to do with the United States of America, quote unquote. When you walk into banks, they'll say, "Oh, backed by the government of the United States." Well, the United States could be a company, maybe, but it's not this country's government, that's you and I. This country's government is a living government, people. It's you and I. Okay? It is I could go into all this stuff, but just really quick, I'm going to try to do this real quick. Your Constitution, this is what I found. This is what I found, okay? So just take it to heart. This is what I found. None of those things in the National Archives seem to be the real ones. If you look at the structure of a corporation, they require articles of operation, articles of incorporation, or whatever, and a memorandum of understanding and all that stuff. They equal the 3 founding documents of this country. So in other words, the Constitution is a constitutional, like there are constitutions within these corporations. It's called corporate governance. All right, so that is the business side of a person, of an actual sovereign American. That's the latest one, okay? So that's the Constitution. I found to be articles of enterprise. That's what they are. That's what they really are. What is the Constitution? Do they have cons in there, or do they have articles? They have articles of enterprise, and they're all business. They're very similar to what a corporation asks you to do. Okay, your middle one, which is the Declaration of Independence, which I found to be the clarification of non-dependence. That is what that is, and it's July 2nd, not July 4th. And the last one is the first constitution is for your sovereign constitution is what you would call it. That is called, and what I found to be called, the Articles of Federation, not Articles of Confederation. It's your Articles of Federation, and that secures your sovereignty. That's your 3 documents, at least that are showing. Now they're hiding one, which is called it's called the Model Treaty of 1776, which gives you the model format to form an international agreement, and that's it. And then you're supposed to be able to do whatever. We can do it anyway because of that. That's called fraud, because they're not sharing the truth with you. But that's what all those are. There's actually 2 more. There's 5, but those are the main 3. So your Articles of Federation, your clarification of non-dependence, and your Articles of Enterprise. That's actually your 3 founding documents, people. Put them together and they work. They've got split fever, quote unquote, split fever. They started at your certificate of live birth to steal from you. They've got split fever, quote unquote, and that's how they want to keep control and power over you. People, you have more power in your little finger. You are your own government, your own state of being. You have more power in your little finger than any of these gypsies who are trying to act like they are our government. That's basically what it is. Okay? Golden, I'm sorry, darling. I go off on these. I just want you to know so you'll be able to defend yourself and all that stuff. And you know how much I care for everybody's, well-being, and especially yours. So I'm so sorry, darling. But anyway, I was gonna touch on one more, but I'll stop here, and I'll make sure that maybe we can cover that a little more in depth as far as what I just mentioned, a little more in depth later on, because people really do need to know who they are. I mean, you are a principal resident of this country. You are, and that includes you too, Golden One. You're a principal resident of this country. Okay, and I already told you, you can find it on this channel here. The platform they use, they love to combine letters and abbreviations, like spouse, special person of use. Well, principal resident is a president. And everybody is a president. Mr. President or Madam President. And all of us are princes and princesses when we're born. And after 18, we are kings and queens. We are American royalty. Those of you who have seen my channel, you know that information. You know it's true. And the way they fool you is they feature one family and everybody has to bow down to that family. Those are the wannabes, the gypsies, the Franks, the Nazis, and all that stuff. All right. And they, Rhine River Valley in Germany, that's where they pretty much came from. If you look at it and look up Adolf Hitler's trail, you'll actually learn about the first, or about Hitler's first, second. So it started the Germany in World War II, the Third Reich. If you follow that path of Adolf Hitler, you'll see that you'll pick up the trail of the Third Reich, the Fourth Reich, which was survival, and the Fifth Reich, which is what you witness now in the United States of America, which is a complete infiltration, but hiding it and telling you they're in charge, but they're really not. It is the sovereign American people that are in charge. Okay? And that includes you too, darling. That includes you, Golden One. Okay? I'm sorry, I just like teasing you. But anyway, I'm gonna let it go right here. And listen, I hope everybody is safe. Please stay safe. And I want you to know I love you very much, every one of you. And Golden, darling, you know how much I love you very much. And I wish you to stay safe. And God bless you. And please, please take care of yourself. And I really hope that I can get to talk to you or something soon. And if you have, how to get in touch with me. And mine's on my, I posted that on my, whatever account it was. I think I've already told you that. I'll try to get that and get it tomorrow. But, yeah, my phone numbers and everything are already on there. And they should be on, I think, at the bottom of this one. But, look, please stay safe, everybody. And Golden Darling, again, I love you very much. I hope you just please take care of yourself, okay? And please take this information to heart. I don't want any one of these idiots to take advantage of yourself or anyone, okay? And please take it to heart. And I will talk to you next time here, okay? So take care, darling. I'll talk to you soon, okay? All right, everybody. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.